Tomorrow I'll send some more videos working a weight training program designed for muscle confusion and to build fitness quickly. Also a few more techniques, core strength exercises. A special thanks to Christian Bishop, my son. Without these videos, without his help, I couldn't have made these videos. So, like I said, my purpose is not to put any martial art down, but my system, my transporter system, is based on Bruce Lee's principles, and the principles have got to be geared for the street. They're not for sport, they're not for MMA competitions. They do help these people to refine their techniques, I would say, but they are specifically designed for street defense. And that is all. It's not about having a million different techniques. It's about learning, mastering, and trying to do it in real time. Even if you have 10 defense techniques, 10 attack defense techniques, it's better than having 100 different techniques that you can't really remember. Then they're not really able to be applied in real combat. It's all part of one motion, doing it quick. If it's not just one motion, bang, doing it again. It's not about doing, he does this, then I'm going to do this, 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 and this. 100 things before you do a single thing. It's all about one motion. If it's not, it'll never work. Not in real combat. It will never work. You'll get different styles showing this system and how to block here. That's fine. And it works against that system. If you were to fight in a traditional pose, in a traditional technique, but if you don't fight in a traditional technique, and if you just fight like a street brawler, these techniques will never work. So they must be easy to apply, a quick one motion. It's got to be flexible and they got to be able to work just bang, just like that. Otherwise they'll never work. Like I say, you see demonstrations of this guy will do this, that and the other, and they fall into the position. But in reality, you never know what an opponent's going to do. So all the movements must be simple and direct. Directness is what counts. It's very difficult to throw straight shorthand punches against some lunatic that's trying to take your head off. So it's got to be effective and it's got to be incredibly powerful. One motion, and when you do it and you hit, man, and you hit, not just trying to hit for the point of not getting hit and trying to hit with light arm punches or something that's not going to work. If you're not hitting with full power, in reality, you're not going to be able to hurt that person. It's a fact of life. You've got to be able to cut through all the bull. You can be loyal to your systems, and I respect all martial artists and I respect all styles. But what I don't like is people clinging to all these principles like a religion. They can't stray from the religion. The truth is outside all boundaries. You must learn to have no fixed ideas. You must learn that the moves that you do for real life, they must be bang, one movement. Yeah, you block the hand away, you get them in a chokehold. Lots of fighters, lots of mixed martial artists I've seen, lots of cage fighters, they don't know how to work their way in. They're bobbing and weaving, but they haven't got the principles to slip and hit. The top guys been able to do it, but I've noticed lots of people, and even in boxing today, lots of people cannot. They try and stand off, they don't know how to parry anymore, they don't know how to slip anymore. And as technology increases, what happens is that people rely less on their ability and more on technology. So you must learn to be real and be honest with yourself. Don't criticize people. Don't say, oh, this is this, I can do that, and oh, I'm faster than you and I can do this. Let's be honest. Be honest with yourself. And when you're honest with yourself, not lying to yourself, then you will become real. It becomes real. And practice at real speed, because, oh yeah, he throws the left, I do this, and it's all set. Like I did many years ago with a knockdown fighter. I didn't say, you're going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to block it, and this is what will happen. I said, you do whatever you want to do. You tell me where you want me to be, as if it was in a full contact fight, and just attack me. I didn't say what move to do, just attack me. That way you know your technique works. If you're doing it through a set pattern, a set move, a setup, real life is not a setup. You never know what's going to come. So what's got to happen is it's got to be realistic. You can lie to yourself, you can say this, that and the other, but in reality, it's got to be one motion, bang, and do it. Not, he does this, this and this, 1,000 moves before you do a single thing. One movement, okay? And it's all right to practice these blocks with straight, short arm, like in Lau Gar, Wing Chun, which are great. But in reality, it's very, very difficult to block a wild man with these techniques. It's great to see it when you're up against another Wing Chun guy. He throws this punch, I do this, blah, de blah. But the way that I develop my transport and mixed martial arts system is for the street. It's for the street fighter. It's for the guy that needs to defend himself against the thug in the subway, you know? So when somebody does something, they throw a wild shot, you can deal with it. It's not about going into a traditional pose and and trying to do all these different things. Fine, if that's what you're into, that's great, and I respect that. But if you're into the real life, looking after yourself, and hopefully, and it's nothing's guaranteed, doing your best, then you have to be honest with yourself. And that, my friends, is the only way to be. And that is exactly how Bruce Lee was. That is the way it should be. You know, I would say 90% of all martial arts is a total waste of time. I'll get a lot of flack for that. And respect has got nothing to do with it. Yes, be respectful. But if you are honest with yourself and the reality of defend yourself in the street, that's what matters. Defend your family. You know, you have, mixed martial arts in the cage. You have boxing, you know, judo, jiu-jitsu, whatever it is, whatever. I don't care what it is. What I'm saying is that today, if you, unlike years ago, when somebody was coming to say thousands of years ago to destroy your village, to take your life, then you have to be honest enough with yourself. It's got to be realistic and it's got to work. When you've got a referee, even in mixed martial arts, you know, you can't do the jabbing of the eyes. Lots of the grappling techniques are cancelled out because I've known people to bite people's noses off, bite people's ears off, gouge the eyes, grab the testicles, twist them, bang them. And these moves are geared towards the rules of the competition. But in real life, as Bruce Lee knew, there are no rules. There is no referee. And when there's no referee, no matter how brutal the sport is, when there is no referee, the dynamic is changed, and the reality is fear, real fear. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to be hit to the floor. You don't know if you're going to fracture your skull on the floor. There is no referee. So your moves must be simple and direct. You will not go on the floor grappling with somebody in a street fight, because if you do that, you're going to get his mate coming in and booting you straight in the face. Let's be realistic. Every martial art has got its place, but let's not overly focus on each point. What you must do is focus on the simplicity, focus on what works, what doesn't work. Don't get tied down and bogged down into systems which work in a fixed event, a competition event, but then for the street, when it doesn't work, things must be done simple. You know, you don't want to be rolling around on the floor. You don't, because even a wild man, even you could be a grandmaster of jiu-jitsu. If you're on the floor with a wild man, the first thing that comes into contact with his mouth, he's going to bite it off. As Gene LeBell said when he fought the boxer rather, and the boxer said, I'm going to bite you, and Gene LeBell said, you bite me and I'll take your eyes out. But in reality, you ain't going to be talking to some wild man. The wild man will bite your fingers off. And then it's a different dynamic. It's a different feeling. And the feeling is fear, which you will get in competition, yes, but you know there's somebody there to protect you. But in real life, there is no one to protect you. You want to lie to yourselves? That's fine. You want to be realistic? Then get real. Bruce Lee knew the way.